It's time to light the fuse on something new. Volleyball's top stars coming to the heartland. As the sport rises to new levels, a new team is ready to shine. The Indy Ignite are ready for liftoff. It's an inside look at their inaugural season right now on WRTV. The arena is ready, the brand new Fishers Event Center. The stage is set for our first look at professional volleyball in central Indiana, and the Indy Ignite are ready to thrill fans with some high-octane action. Welcome everyone to this WRTV special. I'm Brad Brown. We've seen a massive surge in women's sports in 2024. The Indiana Fever and the WNBA leading much of that growth. It has opened the doors for women in other sports to earn their spotlight as well. That brings us to the Professional Volleyball Federation, created last year as a chance to keep the best American players in the game closer to home. The Indy Ignite are the newest addition to that league. Here's a quick peek at what's in store when pro volleyball arrives. Indy is the 8th team in the PVF, the league spanning from coast to coast. It's a 28-match regular season schedule with the top 4 teams making the playoff. And it culminates with a $1 million winner-take-all championship match in mid-May. The Omaha Supernovas won the PVF title in 2024. In assembling a roster for any new team, you have to find the right combination of players and personalities to make it all work. In volleyball, often the big hitters or crafty defenders get the spotlight, but it's the game's most unique position that is proving to be more than just a different color uniform. And the Indy Ignite found a player with roots right nearby who's ready to be a perfect fit.
They can't do anything without really me touching the ball, so I gotta do it well so they can do their job well.
Whether libero or libero, no matter how you say it, Kylie Murr is one of the best.
You gotta be fearless, and you gotta what I say, I take a lot of bullets from these girls. Like, they are going up there and hit it as hard as they can.
The libero has to be ready for anything on the volleyball court, and now she's getting ready to do it close to home.
It's fun to think like there's gonna be people that watch me growing up playing volleyball that will get to now watch me play pro, and that's something that I'm not sure anybody ever imagined. So it's really cool to represent this city that did so much for me.
Kylie's spot on the Indy Ignite roster brings her career full circle. Like so many girls in East Central Indiana, she grew up around volleyball.
She played from the age of basically 10, but I remember, I started coaching at the high school when she was in 2nd grade. And so she was in the gym with us. She was kind of one of those gym kids.
Kylie's sister Kendall played at Mississippi State. Her mom Rhonda played at Ball State.
I knew from the moment I started playing something was different about this sport. I played every sport that you could ever imagine growing up, but I was like, this one I really like, and I'm kind of understanding on a different level, and I just kept thinking, what's next?
Rhonda coached Kylie at Yorktown High School, where they shared the excitement of winning a state title her senior year.
We always had the agreement, you're in the gym, you can coach everybody but me. And so we kind of did that.
Kylie played last season for the PVF team in Las Vegas, her first taste of pro volleyball. But when Indy announced the Ignite,
I started calling everybody I knew. I was like, I need to be on this team. I don't know what it takes, but I'm gonna do whatever it takes to be on this team. I was like, there's no way. Like, this is a dream come true.
The excitement around having professional volleyball in general is just amazing, that the girls even have this opportunity to be part of something big.
And that brings us back to that libero position. A few extra rules to go with that alternate jersey. She can't play the front row. She can't attack. But everything else, she can. And she does.
I'm kind of just like the little guy that annoys everybody because I'm digging all the balls or trying to keep things settle on my side, keep everything calm.
Kylie is I'll say fierce competitor. She's intense, and she is all business when it comes to, wanting to be the best at what she does.
I think they're going to get to know that Indiana is a volleyball state. I don't think they understand that quite yet, but I've tried to explain that to them, and I think they're going to see how many people show up, and it's going to be really cool.
5 players on the Ignite's inaugural roster have Indiana ties. Kylie is from Yorktown. Carly Scott played at Carmel High School. She's also been in IU's coaching staff. And a trio of Purdue Boilermakers. That includes Madison Skirmerhorn. She played at West Noble High School in Northeast Indiana. So plenty of local connections coming together here. In football, it's the quarterback. In basketball, it's the point guard. In volleyball, the offensive motor, though, runs through the setter. And the Ignite have brought one of the best here to help spark this new season. WRTV's Jessica Grunling has more on Indy's setting sensation.
Just a lot of excitement and just remembering how cool it is to have this opportunity.
And inside the practice gym, Sydney Hilly does not take this opportunity for granted.
A couple years ago, you couldn't even play professional volleyball in the U.S. So I think every day when you come into the gym, whether you're tired or you're sore, or you don't want to train, if you just take a step back and realize how awesome this is, how you get to be one of the first people to kind of do this in the U.S.
Volleyball has always been a major part of Hilly's life. Growing up in Minnesota, she had a decorated career at college powerhouse Wisconsin and then found herself in the Pro Volleyball Federation last year in Omaha as part of its inaugural year.
It was awesome. I remember walking into the first match. We played at CHI, and I think we had 10,000 people in the stands, and people who really just loved the game of volleyball and who had our backs from the beginning, and they had never seen us play before.
Now she's here in Indy, part of another first.
It's actually really fun. We're getting to know each other, getting to know each other's playing styles, and we kind of get to start our own culture here.
She's a setter, so having the time to get to know her teammates is key.
Connect with a bunch of different hitters. Everyone runs different tempos, everyone likes a certain set or is used to a different offense, so just working through that with a lot of communication and a lot of reps, I think, has been really helpful.
But it's not just her time on the court that helps with her game. She's pretty into the sciences.
I majored in genetics and genomics, and then I got my master's in biotechnology.
Being a professional volleyball player is one of her 2 loves. For the last 2 years, she's worked as a manufacturing scientist.
I want to be able to help people, honestly. I love analyzing data, and I think that translates well to on the court as well. Strategically as a setter, you have to make so many decisions in the game based on data and real time, what's happening, how the other team's adjusting, how your team's doing.
And back on the court, Hilly's top priority is the success of the Indy Ignite and the effort to grow the league.
Sky's the limit. I'm so excited to be a part of this, and I think it's only going to continue to grow.
In Indianapolis, Jessica Grunling, WRTV.
More to come as we continue our preseason look at the Indy Ignite, a dynamic duo from Louisville playing in the NCAA Final Four this weekend, and soon they'll be wearing the Indy blue. We'll hear from the team's first-round draft picks. That's next. We've watched college volleyball at its highest level over the course of this NCAA tournament, and many of those top players will soon have the chance to play in the PVF. Indy's first-round draft selections are homegrown from Louisville, once rivals, now teammates, and soon to be again right here. Anna deBeer and Elena Scott helped propel Louisville volleyball among the elite programs in the country. So it made for a natural fit to keep that dynamic duo together for Indy's new venture into the pro ranks.
With the second pick in the first round of the 2024 Professional Volleyball Federation Draft, the Indy Ignite selected Anna deBeer from the University of Louisville.
It's just been a crazy experience. Obviously, going through all this near the end of our college season, it's super crazy, but just to know where I'm at and have that clarity, I'm super excited to be with Indy.
Indy selected Anna second overall, Elena ninth in the draft's first round, creating the potential for more success together here as pro rookies.
I always kind of knew I wanted to get into it, so it's just so crazy to have the opportunity to play in the States. So that's just super exciting in itself, and there's so many great players out there, so it's going to make for an awesome season, and I really just can't wait to get into it.
The pair grew up in Louisville. Anna went to Assumption High School, Elena Mercy Academy. but both stayed home to join the Cardinals, and now they'll be making the short trek north. How exciting was it for the two of you to see how this all kind of came together?
Oh my gosh. I literally screamed when I heard her name announced. It was so crazy. I mean, Elena and I have been rivals our whole lives throughout our club days and high school days. And then finally, once we got to Louisville, obviously being on the same side has been awesome. And we really didn't know how that was going to work out for the pro side of things. So to really be with her again and just have such a high level person, she's just super competitive, super gritty. So I'm ready to have her on my team again.
Anna and Elena were both named AVCA All-Americans ahead of the Final Four. It's the fourth honor for Anna. Elena, a first-teamer for the first time. Indy's fourth-round draft pick, Nina Kajic from Tennessee, made the second-team list. An honorable mention for Taylor Trammell, the Ignite's third-round pick from Penn State University. A great team starts with great management from the top, and the owners of the Indy Ignite join us now in studio. Jim Schumacher and Don Hutchinson getting set as we embark on this new 2025 season. First of all, congratulations on getting to now. Jim, what was sort of the spark that said, hey, it's time for something like this in Central Indiana?
First of all, great to be here. Thanks for bringing us on your show. So a few things. Don and I are both volleyball dads. I got two girls who play. He's got a couple sons who play. We've been watching this sport grow and thrive and flourish for the last 10 years. I spend most of my time in startups. I love sports. I love volleyball. I wanted to do something really special for our community. I think bringing the next women's pro sports team here is pretty cool and a great opportunity.
Don, we saw the fever kind of blow up this past season in a way that we hadn't seen before. So clearly there's some momentum for women's sports. As you guys have gotten into this, do you feel some of that? You get to ride the wave of some other things that's leading to this being really a chance to set the bar very high quickly?
No question about it. I think the momentum, Indiana's a sports town, right, and a sports state, and the Sports Corp has gotten behind women, right, with their 25-year initiative. With the fever now sort of taking off and the Caitlin Clark, essentially phenomenon, this only helps us, right? And the folks that are volleyball dads, volleyball families, they understand Indiana's really a volleyball state.
Volleyball has very much been a thing here for a while. For those of you on the inside, do you feel like there's a hidden gem element of it here? Like we have quite a thing here and now we want everyone to know about it?
That's the bet, Brad. That's what we believe and that's what we're hoping to promote in the community. I mean, we've got an amazing volleyball community here, youth community, middle school, high school, colleges. Just this year, there were 2 sellouts at Purdue University. 14,000 people packed Mackey Arena for 2 different matches. It was amazing.
You all have seen a lot of volleyball. What impresses you most, though, about the game when it's played at this highest level?
Speed, athleticism, vertical jumps, power. Most importantly for me, though, is grit and an absolutely unshakable positive attitude. When you watch volleyball, that to me is one of the most unique things you see is no matter what happens in a point, all the players get together and huddle up after every point, pat each other on the back, say, we got this, you got the next ball. And so as a dad, he teaches your kids mental toughness and grit and positive attitude, and I love that part about it.
Don, as we've seen this team come together, we kind of get that vibe out of this group as well. Are you sensing that in what you've seen out of them early on here?
100%. I think I mentioned before we started taping here was the women on the Indy Ignite are quality people, exceptional athletes, but I love the positivity that they bring, and they all come together. No matter what happens in a point, they're all cheering each other on, and we're going to go to the next point after that. So it's terrific to watch.
Another big announcement for the Indy franchise. The Ignite will host the PVF's first All-Star game as part of this new season. The league's best players will come to Fishers on February 22nd for a showcase of the top pro talent. More information on tickets and the event will be coming soon. Coming up, a new team gets a new coach, but he's got a long resume of championship experience. We talk with the Ignite's sideline leader when our WRTV season preview special continues. The Ignite have been putting in the reps on the practice court already, and a veteran head coach is leading the charge. George Padgett helped build a volleyball dynasty at Division II Concordia University in St. Paul, Minnesota. 9-time national champions, multiple All-American players, and now he's here to help launch this new era of pro volleyball in Central Indiana. And George joins us right here in Studio B as we are on the brink of all this. As it gets a little closer and kind of the next week and the next week starts to get you toward that first week of January, how has the excitement built amongst you and this group as it's here and it's real?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been great. You know, practice has been very free flowing. We're getting more and more players in each week as the NCAA tournament, concludes. So the energy keeps coming up as players come in. It helps the dynamic of the gym space. More bodies, able to do more reps, get more 6-on-6 competition going. It's been a really good past week for sure.
As you've assembled this group, just kind of the broad sense that you get, what will this team be when you get started?
Yeah, we tried to put the group together as like-minded people. A lot of the athletes said that they wanted to continue to train and learn and grow, even as professionals. So that was a big part of it. A lot of tough, gritty type players. I think it's similar to the Indianapolis area, like a tough town, sports town. So we're excited to have a group that's very like-minded in that way.
You've got a lot of women that have played in this league last season that have some PVF experience. How has that helped you kind of get the fresh bodies acclimated to what they're getting themselves into?
I think especially a first-year organization, they were able to bring some knowledge in from other cities that helped, and we ask a lot of the players, what their feedback is, what was good, what was bad, what works, what doesn't. We want it to be their team. We want it to be their team, the city of Indianapolis, the state of Indiana. We're just there to help. We try not to get in the way.
What have you seen of the evolution of the game, say from 20 years ago to now, what we're seeing with this now? It feels like everything has taken, like many sports have, a very big jump on so many levels.
Yeah, 20 years ago from now, if you watch old tape, you'd think you were watching like in black and white. I mean, it was just still incredible athletes, very well trained, talented, but the physicality has just gotten like out of this world, where athletes who used to be an anomaly was you're 6'4", 6'5", and you can move well. Now they're 6'7", and they can move well. They're playing almost at 11 feet. They're able. You could have plenty of players be able to get up and dunk a basketball, no problem, and they're up there hitting volleyballs at each other. It's incredible, the speed that you see, dynamic, the force, the verticality. It's impressive.
You had a chance to scrimmage the team with the Founders Day back there a week and a half ago. What did you see out of that group that you liked the most, and how exciting was it to be in that setting and get a feel for what game night's going to be?
The arena's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm biased, but probably the best in the league. I think being able to go across the net back and forth in the arena, first time for them, you could see a little bit of nerves, a little bit of jitters, but they got it out pretty quick. But it was fun to see them go back and forth. I think when you get a crowd in there that's behind our team, the Indy Ignite team, it'll have a little more energy. It was like the crowd wasn't sure, who do I cheer for right now? We're going against each other.
Us against us.
Yeah, us against us. So it's kind of like you're just cheering for good plays most of the time. But yeah, I'm excited for that venue. That's a real world-class venue.
I've had a chance to watch some of this NCAA tournament. The crowd levels at the home court it seems like a genuine advantage to be had there. Do you get a sense that that's going to be something you see over the course of this season with your team?
Yeah, I think part of my reasoning to come here was knowing the sports background of Indianapolis, and the support that they give to their sports. I know that it'll be an advantage for Indianapolis to come out and support and show the team that, hey, we're here for you, and I know our players appreciate that. I'm excited to showcase professional women's volleyball in the state of Indiana.
When we come back, game time is almost here. We give you an inside look at what to expect from first serve to match point and some key dates for the Indy Ignite. That's next on WRTV.
Here's your first look at the Indy Ignite's new mascot, Pepper. That bright orange hair matching the flame on the team's logo. She'll have several fashionable looks throughout the season. Keep an eye out for Pepper on game night at the Fishers Event Center and soon all around Indy. The Ignite's January 11th opener will be here before we know it. Leah Pringle will be one of the arena hosts this season. She has more on what fans can expect on game night.
Thanks, Brad. I'm here with Carly Klanick, VP of Marketing and Game Day Experience for the Indy Ignite. Carly, we've got a lot of exciting things to talk about when it comes to game day. What makes Indy Ignite games unique?
Volleyball is fast-paced in a way that's much different from any other sport. You see the fast swings, the big digs over and over and over again, which means you really get to be in the action.
We have our January 11th home opener, but for the new fans and the old fans, what are important things that people need to remember when they come out for a game day?
First of all, come out ready to have some fun. These are not games that you just sit there and watch. These are games that you are going to be involved in. We have the fan ready to go. Our game day experience is all about you being a part of the action, because that is one of the things that's so beautiful and wonderful and exciting about volleyball, is that it is so fast-paced and easy to be a part of the action. So when you come out, be ready to go. So anyone who comes to our matches, especially our inaugural night, you are going to be a part of history. There will be really exciting things on game day. I don't want to give you too much, but there will be very exciting things on game day that will allow every single fan to have a piece of that history that's going to continue with us on through the entire season.
And it's almost time for the new season to begin. Here's a look at the first set of home dates for the Indy Ignite. Saturday, January 11th will be the team's opener against Orlando. They'll have 5 home dates in February, including a visit from defending league champion Omaha on the 6th and the All-Star game, of course, on the 22nd. The season runs into the first weekend of May. For tickets and more info on the team, visit IndyIgniteVB.com. We look forward to bringing you more from this group as the season gets going. For all of us at WRTV, I'm Brad Brown. We'll see you soon.